Hey guys, it's Snailbiter, and I've got another World of Tanks replay here that I wanted to show you guys. I'm actually really excited about posting this replay. I think this is one of, if not the best games I've had in World of Tanks, so I hope you guys stay for the entire video. It's a bit of a long round, but I think it's worth watching it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It's another replay with the STB-1. I've posted quite a few rounds with this tank. I think it's probably one of, if not my favorite tanks to play currently in World of Tanks. And it's around here on Airfield, which is a map that I actually think is pretty good relative to most of the maps in this game. And I'm going to a pretty typical spot for medium tanks, and really I think this spot can be used by any tank if you're fast enough to get up here. It's a great spot for vision control and really just opportunistic sniping. A lot of the time you'll see enemies in the middle here that you can get quick shots on, or enemies back in their base, or sometimes to the south on that ridge, a little bit to the right of where I'm aiming. You can get some good shots there as well. I'd say the teams are pretty even in this round. There are a few good players on each side. Most of the tanks on each team are tier 10, so it's not really like I have having a huge advantage being one of the sole tier 10s. It looks like actually there are 10 tier 10s on each side. So a couple enemy tanks got spotted back in the base. I got a good shot into the Object 268 and get another nice shot into the Tortoise. I'm actually planning on posting a more substantial review of the STB-1 because of the fact that I've played the tank so much. But I do think this round gives you a bit of a sense of how this tank is played. It has really good DPM and great gun depression, and a little bit of turret armor, which you'll see come into play a bit later. Probably the only downside to this tank, I'd say, is it's somewhat inaccurate or subpar gun handling. The aim time and accuracy of the gun aren't great, especially compared to some of the other tier 10 medium tanks. That's part of the reason why I still think the Russian mediums are overall just better medium tanks. They play much better on the move than the STB-1 does. So the game's been kind of slow to develop so far. I'm just taking shots when they're available. I think this map is a little bit hard to play aggressively with a medium tank. I mean, it depends a little bit on how the enemy deploys, and the fact that there aren't that many enemy tanks in the middle means that I don't have a whole lot to do at this point. But there aren't a whole lot of options on this map for playing really aggressively, I think, with a medium tank, that is. So I took a blind shot there at the Patton, who looks like got tracked, and I think that shot went in, although I'm not totally sure. Here, Batchat gets spotted crossing, and that was a shot that I really should have hit. I didn't give quite enough lead. I was kind of frustrated that I missed that shot. I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going on behind me with the heavy tanks in my team. The E-100 that was up here with me got killed. And I'm trying to just look at where I can get shots, or just keep track of any possible opportunities for shots. So I get a nice shot into the 140 there on the other side of the ridge. I'm making sure to hug this cliff as I don't want to get hit by artillery. And I just want to wait each time after I shoot to make sure that I'm unspotted before I poke out here into this bush again. And here you'll see the somewhat poor accuracy of the STB's gun come into play there. I could have maybe aimed that shot a little better, but it dips down into the right and hits the rock instead of the lower plate of the 268. So I turn around here because I see this Waffenträger got spotted in the back, and I get a good shot into him. That E-100, the dead E-100 there, is actually providing me some good cover from the heavy tanks that are just around the corner there. And I wanted to shoot this 140 out in the open. I was trying to hit him in the side of the turret, and again, the accuracy of the gun means the shot goes a little bit high and misses him. And there, the enemy artillery puts a really good shot into the heavy tanks there, friendly heavy tanks, and kills the IS-8 and damages the IS-7 and Fe-4202. And now the enemy's starting to push, so I've got to try to support these guys, do as much damage as possible. The E-100 ammo racks the IS-7 there, and things are not looking good at all at the moment. I tracked the Yakpin's E-100 there, and the Fe-4202 does a really good job and actually kills him, so I don't have to worry about him aiming at me. And now I can shoot the E-100 that's trying to kill the Fe-4202. And I should mention here that the Fe-4202 does a really good job of staying alive as long as possible here. He manages to distract 3 or really 2 or 3 of the enemy tanks and allows me to just shoot them in the side. I'm able to rack up some good damage on these E-100s and the E-3. Unfortunately, I got penned there in, I think, the turret by one of those E-100's heat rounds. But otherwise, this E-100, the dead E-100 in front of me, is doing a good job providing me cover. And I'm able to try to support this Fe-4202 for as long as possible. And he is somehow still alive, despite the fact that there are 3 tanks, enemy tanks surrounding him. He managed to kill that E-3 who was looking at me, and finally he gets taken out. So I've managed to do 4,000 damage, most of it actually in that last sequence there on those E-100s and E-3. But I don't have too much support now, and things are not looking good for the team. We're down by 4 tanks. I've had to back up here behind this cliff, and so now I'm a little bit exposed depending on where artillery is. He could probably hit me, so I'm trying to stay mobile. Wanted to spot the E-100 there just to make sure he was still in the same spot in case he had either backed up or wasn't paying attention to me anymore. And I'm just trying to go back and forth and hope that the artillery doesn't hit me. I see this 268 go out in the open, so I get a shot on his side. And now it looks like I'm getting pushed by an E-4 and that Waffenträger that I shot earlier. E-4 misses me and the Waffenträger rushes me. I track him, and I was hoping he wouldn't repair it, but he does repair his track there. Fortunately, he misses, and I'm able to retrack him there, and I know that I reload before him. Now, I actually min-rolled there initially, but got kind of lucky in that the shot set on fire, so I get that kill for my first kill, and now I know I have to drop off because that 268 is turning to face me. My team's down 5 tanks now, and I'm just holding out for as long as possible, taking cover behind this rock. I saw the E-4 fire, so I know that I have to take this opportunity to kill him. The E-100 further back bounces off my turret, and that E-100 misses me, so now I have a bit of time to get around this first E-100. I track him there, and I almost thought about going around that second E-100 because I knew he would reload first, but I decided it's better to just take out the first E-100. So I get the kill shot there. The second E-100 tracks me for no damage, and then rushes down after me, and I'm able to get around him again. And I track him, and now he's all but dead. So I'm able to get 3 kills there in a really short amount of time. Certainly due to a little bit of luck that I didn't take any damage there. I bounced 2 really of those E-100 shots, and the third E-100 missed me. So I'm pretty fortunate that I got out of that without taking any damage, but I was able to get the 3 kills there. And now it's a Kolobanov situation, basically, that 1-2-1. I was hoping to go around the back and support this 1-2-1, but he unfortunately gets ammo racked there. I was a little bit slow. I could have maybe gone more directly to help him. And now it's a 1 versus 5. I knew I had to take out that bat shot really quickly to have any chance, and once I hit that shot there, I figured I might have a chance in this round. It was a bit of a snapshot. I didn't have time to fully zoom in, and luckily the shot goes right where I aimed it. Now I'm expecting the Object 140 to rush me, and so that's why I end up backing up here. I'm trying to take more of a defensive location. I just get into the cover of this bush before the T-57 Heavy rounds the corner, so he doesn't actually spot me there initially, and I'm able to take my time and put a shot into the side of his turret. I reload quickly, and I'm able to kill him just before he gets around the corner. And I'm not sure, I think that might have been artillery, that the shell that landed right next to me. It's possible that it was maybe a heat round or an HE round from the 268 as well. I'm not totally sure. Now again, I'm expecting here to be pushed, so I'm being fairly defensive. I want to not rush out. I'm thinking, especially since the enemy hasn't started capping it or anything, that they must be running towards my last known position. So I'm being really defensive here. And decided to back up into an even more defensive location. At this point, I've got 6 kills and over 8,000 damage, so it's already been a really good round for me. And I know that the 140 is low health, so because of that, I figure, you know, there's still a shot. I still have a shot at this. Although at this point, I'm surprised that I haven't seen the enemies yet. And there, it looks like somebody on the enemy team gets on the cap. At this point, only one of them's on the cap, so I know I have plenty of time to get over there and reset. And so I start to poke out a little more and see if I can find the other tank, who I'm still assuming is somewhere in the area looking for me. And there, I happen to spot that 140 as he is running back towards our base. So it's kind of unfortunate. If I had been looking in that direction, I probably could have killed him right there, but instead he gets away. It took a bit of time to wait for me to my tank to go back to stealth, so I didn't get hit by artillery, or so it wasn't too obvious where I was going. But then I realized he's going to get on cap, and now I have very little time to get any resets. So I'm just going to rush up into the cap. I have enough health to take a hit, and at this point, really, I just have to expose myself and hope that I can get a reset. There's the 140. I poke around the corner with 2 seconds left and get the kill shot, so I'm able to just barely reset in time. Give myself a little more time to deal with this 268, who is also a one-shot. I actually hadn't realized that before. And I'm trying to see if I can get him to shoot. I'm trying to figure out how I can best approach this to kill him and not take any damage myself. I decide to go hull down on this 140 wreck, back up, and I get the kill shot shooting the 268 in the cupola on the top right of his tank. And I think he was shooting HE at me, because he definitely didn't do a full 750 damage to me there. I was at about 900 hit points anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to one-shot me regardless, but still was able to minimize the amount of damage I took there. So already I'm feeling pretty good about this round. I would really like to get this last kill, but I'm not totally sure if I'm going to have time to get the artillery. They're less than 2 minutes now, and it's pretty much too late for me to cap. The only thing I know is I remember seeing earlier the artillery shell hit all those heavy tanks who are on the south side of that hill, so I figure he's probably somewhere in the southeast of the enemy base, and so I decided that's where I'm going to head. Now, there's only a minute and a half left, so neither of us could cap in time at this point. And surprisingly, the enemy artillery gets on our cap, so he must not know that he doesn't have enough time to cap out to win the game. And really fortunate for me, because now I know basically where he is, and I'm able to go back. I'm still going with the idea that he was somewhere in the southeast. And so I'm figuring that since he didn't spot me when he was going over to cap, that maybe he'll have thought that I was going somewhere in the north. Now I could have gone straight up that center road to get to him. That would have been the faster way. But I make a quick judgment. It's a bit of a risk, but I decided to go around, because I think that if I can get there in time, that he definitely won't be facing this direction, and I'll definitely catch him off guard. There are only 30 seconds left now, so I'm gonna only really have one chance to take him out. I can't afford to miss any shots. And as I approach the cap, I spot him, and sure enough, he's facing the opposite direction, and now I know that I've got this game. Put one shot into him, and he doesn't even react at first. And there I get the kill shot with 9 seconds left. So a really, really close round, and one that I was very proud of. I was really excited when this round finished. This is the first Kolobanov's medal that I have gotten in this game through, I don't know, 17,000 battles or so. And I guess it's fitting that it was with the tank that I've played the most now, I think, in World of Tanks. So I was really happy with this round. I get 9 kills as well, and over 9,000 damage, so a great round. I actually also didn't fire any heat rounds throughout this entire battle, so actually only had 1 AP round left. But anyway, a really close round, and I was definitely able to pull through for my team in the end there. And as I said at the beginning, one of the best battles I think I've had in all of World of Tanks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the replay. And now just show you the post-game stats. And here are the post-game stats. As I said, 9 kills, the Radley Walters medal, and a Kolobanov's medal for the 1 vs. 5. And defender medal as well. I actually ended up getting 200 defense points in this replay, which is quite a lot for one round, I think. And looks like I got 9,750 damage, so that blind shot on the patent must have hit, and I was 1 shot off of getting 10,000 damage. So a really great round. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.